there's just so much good stuff, like everything. Every session is you walk away with something. It's not like that movie where you get, to that climax and then it's like the other half an hour. This is just keeps giving and giving and giving, and it's such good content and just the way I think you translate a lot of these conversations, just open them up. I think it just adds so much value. So love it. I have pages of notes that, when you said something or someone else said something or in the book, that's something that just stuck with me. I really took to heart. And I considered them life lessons to continue empowering me to move forward and get to my full potential. I'm not there yet. I'm going to be.
Of the whole experience, what was your favorite part? What did you love most about it?
I always tell my son that if I applied myself more, I could be anything I wanted. And just the empowerment of the conversations, how it just really motivates you. You don't come across people that impact you that way. It's hard. But in these conversations, it gave me something to look forward to, something that enlightened you, that said, "Oh, man," it was like a restart, like a refresher. You're ready to conquer the world, and the world is yours. So I think that was the main, the whole thing is just that it gave you this ability to think that anything's possible, which is amazing because that's what everybody should talk or think like.
What would you say to a leader that's considering offering Mojo to their people?
I would say it's a great team builder. It builds trust. If you're really trying to get your team to believe in themselves more, to know that they have all the tools they need to get anything that they want to get it done, I think this is definitely one of those very successful programs that they can use.
How did you see Mojo impact your peers?
It was an eye opener to get to know them on a more personal and human level, seeing them able to open up with certain things that maybe would have not happened on the day-to-day conversation that we have. Because even when we have time outside of work, which was rare, we don't get to that intimate level where you really disclose your inner person, right? I saw that impacted at least one team member. I felt that she definitely grew from that.
Any specific stories or scenarios that you saw somebody or yourself handled a scenario maybe differently than they would have or you would have previously?
I've always been a planner, but I've never planned conversations per se. I've always planned things, events, meetings, that kind of thing, things that required more structure, right? But you never think about your conversations requiring structure. Um, but they do. They, even if you don't write it down, just playing that out in your mind and envisioning it, like so many examples within our talks that really leads you to a whole different uh, mindset. So that is something that I continue to do, and I think it has brought me a lot of positive things. I think the fact that I'm in HR, I have to connect with people all the time, whether it's good or bad. And the one thing that I struggle with are those hard conversations, right? But I think my approach now is more of try to understand the whole picture and try to put yourself in their shoes before you make any conclusions or come to any, you know, suggestions or ideas. But the hard piece is that how do you get someone to think that way? How do you create that empathy in people that have maybe not practiced it or is not a core value of theirs. I think we're in an era that is different now. I think we're becoming, again, comfortable with our emotions and comfortable with everyone being different. So I think that is a new wave that we need to ride on. And, talks of this sort make it comfortable and bring some more perspective and understanding. And I think it brings practice because people need practice to be able to feel comfortable and begin to feel that empathy or begin to express and acknowledge that because maybe they don't know what it is or how to apply it. Our new director of operations is someone that I'm going to be pitching continued intelligence training because I think as good leaders, our foundation needs to be built on. I think it just becomes harder to become a good listener, to build that trust if you don't have these key skills that really strengthen your leadership qualities.
What were some of your maybe misconceptions or hesitations with starting Mojo in the beginning?
My busy schedule, something that maybe I didn't have time for. And also one of the things that kind of creeped up in my mind was, well, how serious is everyone else going to take it? I really wanted it to be something that we would all walk away with, something, whether it was for our personal life or for us to work better as a team. I think that was the main thing that I felt like maybe not everyone was going to be as committed to the program. And so how effective was it going to be? But I feel that everybody walked away with something. It definitely brought value for us and our team.
What was one thing that surprised you about the journey?
I would say how, again, how easily some people opened up, even myself. I think the learnings put us in a place where it made us comfortable and it brought trust into the group because we were all connecting more as people versus colleagues or coworkers or my boss or the intern or the guy that does more of the training. That really helped in that matter where it humanized us. I definitely felt that it helped me understand my colleagues and be able to connect with them better too.
Describe your experience with Mojo in one sentence.
I felt that Mojo empowered me to believe in the abilities that I have, but it also gave me humility to understand everything around me, everyone around me, to really be able to connect with them on a more emotional level. I
I
am really glad I met you.